So there's not many tools that we need in order to split wood. Obviously, gasoline. I need an axe, a little hatchet. Sometimes some of this wood is wet and I need to just cut some of the fibers that are holding the split pieces together. It's a lot easier. I never run the splitter without some kind of hearing protection. Then we always use a moisture meter to measure the very center of the wood to make sure that it's 20% or less. If it's not, it gets stored and stacked until it is. But we take that piece of wood and we'll split it again a month later to see if it's down to 20% in the middle of that split wood. And then we recently bought this log ox, and I've been learning how to use it. There's some tricks to it, some techniques in order to flip the wood out and not have to lift the bar out, but it can work really, really well. Haven't got it mastered yet. And then of course, this morning is a special morning. I got a couple donuts and an extra cup of coffee. Here's our log splitter. It's the 28-ton Yardmax full beam, and it goes vertical and horizontal. With the bigger rounds, we always have to go vertical because they're just so big and heavy. But all this wood here will be splitting vertically. I'm going to start with this wood that came without bark that looks really dry. We've got a lot of customers with the long weekend and holidays coming up that are looking for wood, and so we're going to start with that first. Check that. Hopefully it's dry enough that we can put it right into our bins and our bundles, and then we'll get on to the rest of that wood. And it's a lot of wood because there's even wood packed there, there's wood piled over there. On the other side of this pile there's wood, and there's wood right here, let alone the wood that we have stored on the property that still needs to be split. Here's more of that, what looks like really dry wood. So I'm hoping that when I split this, it's all under 20% and it'll go right into our sale bins and bundles. I am enjoying my third cup of coffee and a donut. It's a special morning. I'm celebrating. I used to do this all the time. Every morning was coffee and donuts for years and years and years. Now, every once in a while, maybe once every 2 months, I grab a coffee and a donut in the morning and just kind of celebrate life. But I don't do it very often. Not really that good for me. So this morning's a special morning. Glad to have you along. This is our Yardmax 28-ton log splitter. It's got a 208cc Briggs & Stratton motor on there, and it fires up first time every time. This is the oil reservoir here. You always have to make sure this cap is on tight. And it's got 26-inch throw here, so we can put a pretty big log in there. The one thing I don't understand why they did this. This jack stand on most trailers has a crank on it, so you can raise and lower the hitch. Like on our 2-horse trailer, we can raise and lower our hitch. We just back under it, lower it down onto the hitch, or raise it up. This one, you have to actually lift up manually to put on your hitch, and hopefully your hitch is higher that's on your truck or tractor, whatever it might be. Otherwise, you have to somehow get that to work, and then you pull this pin to angle it along the bar there. It just amazes me that they didn't put on a screw type so that you could raise and lower it manually and then pull it and make it go horizontal. It has an automatic return. If you put it into the full right hand this way, it'll automatically return. When it hits, it'll stop the ram and this will go back to normal. So we're going to start with this wood here. I'm going to put some of it in the cart there just so that I can test it with our moisture meter, and then instead of using the tractor or the truck to move it, I'm just going to pile it on the ground, and then move it later, because I want to get as much of this split as soon as possible. It's now the early September. Days are shorter. They're starting to cool off a bit, so it'll take us longer to dry out some of this wood, but September's a really good month. We get good breeze through here, and it should dry out fairly quickly, but anxious to get this up. Hunting season's coming. We get a lot of hunters coming in to pick up wood. A lot of people want wood for the holidays and stuff like that, but this has been a really good splitter. We've really enjoyed it. A couple things to think about if you're buying a splitter. We bought ours online and had it shipped out. It arrived fine. We had a couple little problems, and here's what happens. Most of these companies that I know of don't have a local mechanic that come and does your warranty work. So we had a bit of a problem with the motor, and we were told simply to find a small motor mechanic and have them come out. The Yardmax would pay for it, but how many people know about the hydraulics of this and finding the right one, and it guarantees their work and everything else? And it's just something to think about. If we had known, we probably would have maybe bought locally where the company we bought from would be fixing it as well. But it's worked really well, and hopefully we'll get a lot of use out of it. So let's get splitting. Well, I think that's going to do it for this morning anyway, as far as the filming and stuff. I'm going to do another video, though, about how I read a piece of wood and split it in the way that I think it works best for our customers, given the feedback that we've had. We've had a very productive morning. I still have a lot of wood to split, but I've been splitting the dry wood that's ready to sell right now. We're going to make up bundles and bins. We've got a lot of people that are requesting wood for this month of September because they're still going out camping and having fires in the backyard. So thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Appreciate you. If you like the video, please go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to subscribe and hit the notification bell, you'll always be informed of when we put up a new video. But other than that, I hope you're having a wonderful, safe, long weekend, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care now.